Okay, so the first card you have you passed is the Page of Pentacles. Really nice card. Springtime, very positive. It's like looking forwards. I want to do this, all of that kind of thing. Yeah, it could be about a new, being at the beginning, it could be a new job, maybe. It might be that, because this is Pentacles, work, money. You've got the World here as well, which is about new beginnings. Yeah, I don't know if this is you. It actually feels like it might be someone else. Someone else. And the pages are students. They're a bit young. They're not all that, let's say, socially developed. So it might be about someone who's a bit young or a bit young at heart, who's gone to do this thing. Yeah, just going over this whole spread before I say anything about this. The Seven of Wands is right at the center of this. So it looks like, you've been left with a lot of work to do. I'm getting that. Lots of work, lots of burdens. Coping with things. Lots and lots of things happening to you over and over again. You're like, oh, I just have to cope on my own. I have to cope on. That's the feeling I'm getting there, and that's at the center. So after looking at that, now going back to the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so it feels like there's hope as well. It feels like there's hope here. It feels like, okay, this is what it feels like. I really hope this is going to work. I really hope something's going to work. I'm in a love connection, so I love someone. I want this to work. It feels a bit fragile, because if you look at the way he's holding this, it feels a bit fragile. It feels a bit on edge. It feels a bit on shaky ground. I don't know if this is really going to work, but I want this to work. I've got hope for this to work. So I think it feels like someone might be a bit preoccupied or busy, or they might be away from you, because you've got the World card, might not be. But it feels like they've gone to do something to do with work. They're at the beginning of this, maybe. And there's hope around this. Even though they're busy or they're preoccupied or they're doing something, they've gone and left you with all these burdens that I'm seeing in the middle here. But there's hope on both sides. So I'm really feeling that there's hope on both sides. You feel there's hope, they feel there's hope, and you might not realize that. And so, yeah, so someone wanted to start a career or studying or something like that. That's what this card's about. And again, they're going to do this. Again, they might have gone away, they might not have, they might just be very busy, they might be away from you. But what I'm getting is someone's following what they want to do, they're following their dreams. And what I'm getting around you is, if this is you, it's very, very mixed. You've got a lot of mixed feelings I've got inside you, because I think you do love this person, you really love them. You really care about them. You don't want to hold them back. You want them to fulfill what they want to do. I'm getting that really clearly. But it's kind of a little bit like, what about me? What about me? What about my dreams? What about what I want to do? When do I get to go off and have my new beginnings and my dreams and all my things? And what about leaving me? What about leaving me with all these burdens? So they might not have literally left, but they're very, very preoccupied with whatever this new thing is. They're all in that, their head's in that, it's new, it's exciting to them. They're at the beginning, they're at the stages where, oh, this is this new thing, it's so exciting. So, yeah, again, it feels like you're a little bit split with this, because you've got the Two of Swords here as well. So on the one hand, you're like, I want them to do whatever makes them happy, I love them. On the other hand, it's like, well, why don't I make them happy? And also, when do I get to do what makes me happy? So there's that again. So, yeah, so they've gone to follow their dream. I'm seeing that everywhere, because you've got the Fool here as well. And, yeah, so I think, I don't know where you are with this right now. I don't know where you are with this. But, it's like they've gone to do this thing. They're busy with this thing. They're preoccupied with this thing, or whatever it is they're doing. And that's fine, that's all fine, but is it at the expense of me? Is it at the expense of this relationship? So I think you're thinking about all these things. You're feeling very ignored. You're feeling very alone. I've got that here. Because I'm looking at the World card, and this woman's alone. So, there's all that. And then the other hand's like, well, I want them to do well. I want them to do well. And I don't think they've literally left. I don't think you've split up. I'm not getting that. But it's just like, at the moment, they're just so in this, they're involved in whatever this other thing is. It's not me, and I'm just left here. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting around that. And yes, so again, the World card, and we're going to talk about that now. This woman's alone. And she's free, she can do whatever she likes. So they're preoccupied in this, whatever this is, and you can do whatever you like because you haven't got them around you, but you don't want that. You don't want that, you want them. I'm getting that really clearly. You don't want that, you want them. And you don't want to say, stop doing this, stop doing that, you can't do this, you can't do that, because then you become this person who's holding them back, and you don't want that, and you don't want them to resent you. So I'm getting all that here, there. So if that's you, if that resonates with you, that's what I'm picking up on. And so, it's lots and lots and lots of things here, lots and lots of mixed feelings. And I think you do feel deep down that this person loves you, that they do love you. But this is what I'm getting. It feels like they love you in a different way to the way you do. It feels like you feel as if you love them in a deeper way than they love you. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. It might not be true, but this is all about how you're feeling, and that's kind of what I'm picking up on. And so, if you're wondering whether they're thinking about you at this time, they are. They've got lots and lots of thoughts going all around in their head as well. They really have. I can see that here. I can see they're thinking about you. They're thinking about all these things. Yes, they're preoccupied. They've got this thing they're doing. They're busy. They're doing it, but they are thinking about you. I want you to know that. But they love in a different way to you, and I'm seeing that that's the case. I'm not saying that they love less than you. That might be what you're worried about, but they love in a different way to you. I'm seeing that very, very clearly here. Okay, I don't want to be rude when I'm saying this, but yeah, they love in a different way. They express things in a different way to you. I'm seeing that very clearly, and that might be why you're wondering whether they love you as deeply as you love them, because they're expressing things in a different way. But then they're quite childlike in the way they think and the way they feel and the way they express themselves. Because I was getting that in the Page of Pentacles, this kind of childlike energy. I saw that right away, childlike energy. So, they're very, very wrapped up. They're very wrapped up in what they're doing, very wrapped up in what they're doing. I'm seeing that very clearly, very excited. It's like they get very wrapped up, very excited in things very, very early on. They run off and chase this and that and the other thing. And I think when you first met them, I think when you first got together, they chased you. They chased you like that. They ran off, they're excited about you, and they chased you. And I think maybe that's another reason why you're feeling this loss so hard, because it's like they were so full on. They were so full on. What happened? What happened? First it was me, now it's something else. What's going on? So I'll talk about the Two of Swords here now as well. So yeah, it feels like when this happened, when all this happened, and it might be now, I'm not sure where you are with this, but I think you stepped back from this for a while. I think you might still be a little bit stepped back from this. And this is what I'm getting. I'm not chasing them. My heart wants to talk to you. This is what I'm getting. My heart wants you. My heart wants to talk to you, but I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not doing that. This woman's making a big cross over her heart. I am not chasing you. And again, you're in two minds about this. It's like, I want them to be happy on one side. What about me? What about me on the other side? You've got these two swords. One's on one side, one's on the other side. And I don't know how long this has been going on for, but it feels like you've really pulled back. You've really put back. It might be that you're not talking at all, actually. You might be at that stage right now. So, okay, just another little thing I'm getting here. I think this is something around health. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's someone else. There's a little bit of confusion about doctor's notes or some notes they've made, or a piece of paper about something to do with health, and it feels like you don't understand something that's on this piece of paper, you or someone else. So I'm getting a code. It's probably not a code, but it looks like a code. Numbers, letters, things like that. And it's like you're looking at this and you're thinking, well, what does that mean? So maybe this doctor or this health professional, whoever this is, it feels like you don't really want to talk to them. You don't really want to ask them something. They might be a bit a bit difficult. I'm getting bluntness, choppy conversation, chopping. So they might be very blunt. Yeah, there's a choppy sea behind this woman. You can just see that. So, yeah, there's a half moon in the sky as well, a crescent moon. So something's unfinished. So what this is telling me is you need to really talk to them, even though it's difficult. You need to work out what this says. You need to find out what this is about. You might have to call them a few times. You might have to bother them. You might have to push this, but I think you need to do this. Now, I don't want you to worry. It's not some horrible, terrible, problem you're going to have, health problem, but you need to find out what this is. I feel as if you're quite confused and it's not the right state to be in. There's something you need to know that you don't know yet. That's kind of what I'm getting there. So I really hope that helps someone. Okay, so the first card you have your present is the Three of Wands. So yeah, this is waiting. This is sitting. This is waiting for someone else to come out and say something. So I think this is about you, and I think this is about them, this love connection. It's kind of like, well, I want to say something, but I don't know what to say. And then you're like that as well. You're kind of like, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to chase them. And I'm picking up from them a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of okay, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. This is what's coming from them. This is what I'm getting that they're feeling. Not in exactly these words, obviously, but this kind of thing. Okay, it's like I feel a bit judged. It's like I can't say the right thing. I feel as if I can't speak. I can't speak at the level you want me to. I'm not at your level of speaking. I'm not able to articulate the way you do. I can't live up to your expectations. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. That's what they're worried about. They feel very judged. They're worried about approaching you. So that's the kind of thing I'm getting with them. They are thinking about you. Yes, they're preoccupied with this thing. Yes, they're excited about it. They're all in that. But they're still thinking about you, and they're very stressed. They're a bit judged. That's how they feel. Now, I'm not saying you're hard on them. I'm not saying you're judging them. I'm not saying you've got these crazy, ridiculous, high expectations of them. I'm not saying that at all. But that's the kind of thing they're feeling. Whether that's what you're doing or not, I don't know, but that's what they're feeling. Yeah, I think I was getting a little bit of this in your last reading, a little bit of a standoff kind of situation. So, and when the readings are similar like this, not the whole reading, but this kind of bit that I'm getting here, it feels similar. So obviously that means it's something that's still going on from last time. But the big thing I'm getting here is in this card, and also in the Page of Pentacles and they're right next to each other, they've got hope. They've got hope. This is about hope. It's about waiting. It's about, I know my ships are going to come in. I know this is going to happen. So they've got hope, and they've got hope that they can fix things. They've got hope they can fix things. I'm getting that quite clearly. Even though they're afraid of being judged. They don't know how to say this. They don't know how to come forward. But they do have hope deep down. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. Yeah, do you know what else I'm getting here? I think they talk to some other people as well. They might have been talking to some other people on social media, and you might have seen a few things they're saying to other people. And I'm getting a bit of this, well, okay, I'm looking at social media, I'm seeing that they're saying things to people, might be kind of silly things. And it's like, well, if they can talk to all those people, why can't they talk to me? But I think for them, now I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I'm just saying that I'm just seeing that this might be where they're coming from. They're compartmentalizing things. So it's like they've got this, that's in the silly fun category. It's like, okay, I can talk to all these people. It's lighthearted. I can make jokes and say silly comments and all that kind of thing. But when I approach you, I am afraid of all these things, these judgments and all of that. So I have to really get my head around what to say before I approach you. That is in a more serious category than all these things on social media. So if you're looking at that and you're thinking, why are they talking to all these people and they're not talking to me? That's what's going on. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not making excuses. That's the kind of way that they're kind of seeing all this, if that resonates with you. Okay, so the next card you have your present is the Seven of Wands. Yeah. So yeah, responsibility. Here we are. You've got all this responsibility, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing that's really getting to you as well, because it's like there are things I'd like to do, but I can't just rush off and do them. I'm stuck here. I've got all this work to do. I've got other things. I've got responsibilities. And so you've got this kind of tug of war. You've got this tug of war. It's like, yes, I want to be supportive of them. I want to be supportive, but who supports me? Who supports me? I've got all these responsibilities, so that I'm getting that here as well. Okay, there's something else here. This is a bit strange. This is going to sound a bit strange, but I'm going to say this. Okay, I don't know who this is for. I don't know what this is. I'm getting summertime. Something happening in summertime, so it's soon. There's somewhere you're going, if this is you. Okay, there's water. There's a big cliff or a big hill or something like that. This is a place you miss. This is a place you used to go to years ago. You went here with someone. You went here with someone you miss. Yeah, I'm getting that. You went here with someone you miss. And yeah, there's bare feet. I'm getting bare feet on the grass. So yeah, if you know where this is, if you know what this is all about, you're going to share that place again with someone. You're probably going to go there at summertime. And you know, again, everything's opening up now. Everything's opening up. Businesses are opening up. People are going to go out. They're able to do all these things now. So you're going to be able to get out. You're going to be able to feel the grass under your feet and all that amazing thing that you felt a long time ago. And you're going to be there with someone you miss. I keep on saying that. I feel as if I have to be saying, or I'm being led to say, you're going to be with someone you miss. Now, yeah, it might be that you have to stand your ground over something to get to this place. You know, it might be that you have to, you know, if you're working, it might be that you have to negotiate getting time off or something like that. Because there are a few difficult conversations that have to happen before you can get to this place. But you're going to overcome that. You're going to get there. That's what this card's about as well, overcoming things. So yeah, I really hope that message reaches someone, because someone really misses someone, and they miss a place, and they're going to be able to combine the two again in summertime. I'm getting that really clearly. Summertime, really nice. Yeah, really nice. So yeah, the last card you have here present is the Two of Cups. Yeah. So they do want to talk to you. They do want to talk to you. I'm seeing that here. This love connection wants to talk to you. They want to fix things, but they're afraid of doing that. No one's talking right now because they're afraid. They're afraid. And there's this big difference here. There's a big difference between how you communicate, how they communicate. So do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting running away from conversations. So maybe they've done that in the past. They've run away a lot. You know, that if things get difficult, they run away. That's what I'm getting. And, you know, with this card and with the Page of Cups that's up there, yeah, they are going to try. They're going to try and have a conversation with you at some time. And, you know, I'd love to be able to tell you that this is all going to be resolved. You're going to run away in the sunset or whatever. But what I keep on getting around them is that there's this really childlike nature. And again, I'm not saying this is a slur on them. I don't mean childish. I don't mean silly. I don't mean stupid. I don't mean any of those things. All I mean is they have a more light-hearted way of seeing things than you do. And yeah, when things get difficult, when they feel judged, they run. So that's what I'm getting. And they're feeling judged right now. Whether you judge them or not, that's how they feel. And that's why they're kind of holding off right now. But they are going to come forward and talk to you. They're thinking about you. They definitely are. And, you know, they need to think about you. They need to think about you. They can't just keep on running away from things. You know, they can't leave everything with you. And that's what's happened here. You know, and I think for you, even though there's this stalemate here, and it's going to end, you're going to talk at some time, but you connect really deeply with them. Even though you've got all these communication problems, I can see this really deep soul connection here. And it's a feeling. It's not really about communicating. You do communicate sometimes, but you do have these problems. But it's more than that. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting looking in their eyes. I'm getting eye contact, very deep connection. And I think you feel that when you see their eyes. You look at each other's eyes, and you get that really deep soul connection. I'm getting that there as well. And I think that's what you remember when you think about them. Yeah, their eyes. I'm getting that really clearly. Okay, so Yeah, that's why this is so difficult for you. That's why it's so difficult. You know, you can't walk off. You can't do that. I'm getting that really clearly. Okay, so the false card you have for your future is the Page of Cups. Yeah, so they're going to come forward. And, you know, after everything that's happened, again, they want to fix this. They're coming forward like this page. But look at this again. This is right opposite the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, look at the top row here. So you've got these bookends of childlike energy on both sides. And in between them, there's waiting, no talking, no communication, because of this childishness, because they're afraid of being judged, they're afraid of all that, they run away, and that's at both ends of this lack of communication here that's in the middle. So really, really interesting. You know, I think for you, I think if you get together, if you fix things, if you resolve things, and they're going to try, I'm seeing that here, it's everywhere here, but you're always going to have a little bit of that fear. Not always, but you are in the beginning. You're going to have a little bit of that fear that they're going to run away sometime. You know, you've got this little bit of, you know, if you ran away before, what's stopping you from doing it again? You could do it at any time. And so there's a little bit of insecure thing that's there as well in you. And, you know, I really think the only thing that's going to show you that they want to be with you is, you know, time passing. And things proving over time. So if they're with you, the longer they're with you, and, you know, if they don't run away in that time, they don't do any of these things, every day that goes past, every month, every year, or whatever, that's going to prove it to you. So it's only time, I think, that's going to prove it to you. And you can see that in the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slow card, seeing how things go over time. Now, again, you've got these two different ways of seeing things. You've got this fear of losing your security. You've got this fear of them running away. They've got a fear of losing excitement, and that's why they run away. This is what I'm seeing, because they're coming up as the Fool. You've got the Fool right at the end here. And so what happens is they love the beginnings of things. It's like, oh, I'm in a new relationship. I'm so excited. It's fantastic. Okay, so the beginning of that, not there anymore. So what can I do now? Oh, I'll get a new job. Oh, I'll run away and do that, and that's all exciting. Oh, now I'm in the middle of that. Okay, I'm at the hard work bit. So what am I looking for now? So they're always going to be a bit like that. So they've got this thing about, I want fun, I want to be the Fool, I want to find new things. And you've got this, I want security, I want to know they're not going to leave, I want all that. So you've got these two big differences there, working in opposition. So I'm seeing that really, really clearly now. Now, the thing is, you have hope, they have hope. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a really, 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 really nice talk. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to have to take each day as it comes after you have this talk, after you get together again, which I think is definitely going to happen. And I think they're going to be the one that comes to you because they're coming up as the Page of Cups, which is about messages and love messages. And so I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to learn other ways of getting that excited feeling. And I think for you, it's just going to be about time.